So this was the human nervous system. Now we are going to study about these parts in detail. So very first we'll start with the brain itself. So brain को भी अगर हम चाहें तो we can draw a flow chart to understand it in the more better way. So here is the brain, and it can be divided into, or we can say categorized into three parts. That is forebrain, midbrain, and the hindbrain or hindbrain. Right? So whatever way you are pronouncing. So these are the three major divisions of the brain, or we can say the categorization of brain. Now we'll learn about all three in the form of flow chart. तो जो हमारे पास फोर ब्रेन है, it is the most complex or specialized part of brain. इसके मेन फंक्शंस क्या होते हैं? थिंकिंग, it control the voluntary action, स्टोर इंफॉर्मेशन, ये इंफॉर्मेशन स्टोर करता है, associated with hunger. So these are some of the main functions performed by the forebrain. Next we have midbrain. Midbrain के कौन से function होते हैं? It controls involuntary actions, and the midbrain also works as a connection between the forebrain and hindbrain. So जो हमारा hindbrain है, it has three parts for the reasons. The first one is cerebellum, and forebrain has cerebrum. Cerebrum is part of brain used between cerebrum and cerebellum. Second is medulla, and third one is bones. तो जो हमारे पास cerebrum होता है, cerebellum है, it controls posture. Medulla controls involuntary action. And the bones also is responsible for control of involuntary action. Okay, so this was all about brain. जो भी हमारे पास brain की functioning है, उसकी divisions है, that we have learned in the form of flow chart. So you are going to remember all these points in much better way. Right? अगर कभी भी आपको brain का function है, you are going to explain. How you will explain? That your brain is a part of central nervous system. Brain consists of forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. For the further reason, cerebrum is a part of forebrain, and forebrain is the most complex or special part of brain because it is responsible for thinking. It has wide application in voluntary action. It is also responsible for storing the information that is related to memory, and it also controls the hunger. Right? So second we have the midbrain. Midbrain controls the involuntary action. You can also give some example of involuntary actions here. And and it also works as a connection between the forebrain and hindbrain, right? The hindbrain is further divided into three parts or consists of three parts, that is cerebellum, which controls the posture, the medulla, which controls the involuntary actions, and the bones, which are also responsible for the controlation of involuntary actions. So next we have protection of brain and spinal cord. Protection of brain and spinal cord. Okay, so first of all we'll learn about protection of brain. कि brain को कैसे protect किया जाता है. Obviously we are not protecting the brain, it is already inbuilt, something inbuilt in our body. So protection of brain we have, brain is protected by a fluid filled cavity or we can say balloon, which act as a shock absorber and that fluid is called as cerebrospinal fluid. And the fluid is known as cerebrospinal fluid. So next we have protection of spinal fluids. Here we have protection of spinal cord. So now we'll learn about कि जो spinal cord है उसे कैसे प्रोटेक्ट किया जा रहा है. So spinal cord is enclosed in vertebral column. It is enclosed in vertebral column and is thus protected. So now we are going to learn about coordination between nervous and muscular tissue. कोई भी एक्शन अगर हमें करना हो किसी भी वॉलंटरी एक्शन के लिए, फॉर वॉलंटरी एक्शन A signal has to send to be brain. A signal needs to be sent to brain. And the brain then has to send message to muscle. Right? And the communication between central nervous system and the other parts of body is facilitated by peripheral nervous system. तो क्या होता है कि अगर हमने कोई भी वॉलंटरी एक्शन करना है तो उसके लिए एक सिग्नल है ब्रेन के पास जाता है एंड ब्रेन हैज टू सेंड देयर सिग्नल्स टू मसल्स, राइट? सो दिस इज अ वेरी फर्स्ट पॉइंट हियर. तो सेकंड पॉइंट क्या होता है? कम्युनिकेशन, राइट? अगर कोई मैसेज आ रहा है तो किसकी हेल्प से आता है? पेरिफेरल नर्वस सिस्टम में. पेरिफेरल नर्वस सिस्टम में द क्रैनियल एंड द स्पाइनल, क्रैनियल एंड द स्पाइनल नर्व्स, इसकी वजह से जो है कम्युनिकेशन हो पाती है किसके बीच में? सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम मींस द ब्रेन एंड द अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ द बॉडी. सो इसमें क्या होता है? सबसे पहले एक स्टिमुलस जनरेट हुआ. दैट स्टिमुलस इज सेंट टू द सेंस ऑर्गन और फ्रॉम दैट सेंस ऑर्गन विद द हेल्प ऑफ सेंसरी नर्व, सेंसरी नर्व की हेल्प से वो कहां पर जाएगा? हमारे सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम के पास. और वहां जाकर जो इंफॉर्मेशन है वो रिसीव होगी. सबसे पहले इंफॉर्मेशन रिसीव्ड एंड प्रोसेस्ड. उसके बाद में वहां पर एक डिसीजन मेड होगा. डिसीजन मेड होगा कि क्या एक्शन लिया जाएगा, राइट? देन अ रिस्पॉन्स इज जनरेटेड. और वो जो रिस्पॉन्स जनरेट हो रहा है वो विद द हेल्प ऑफ मोटर नर्व कहां पर जाएगा? हमारे मसल के पास में. एंड देन इट विल लीड्स टू द रिस्पॉन्स और रिस्पॉन्स लिया जाएगा, राइट? सो वेरी फर्स्ट वी हैव एक स्टिमुलस जनरेट हुआ किसी भी चेंज की वजह से. कहां पर वो सबसे पहले ऑब्जर्व होगा? टू द सेंसरी ऑर्गन. सेंसरी ऑर्गन में से वो सेंसरी नर्व की हेल्प से कहां पर जाएगा? सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम के पास. वहां पर इंफॉर्मेशन जो है रिसीव होगी और प्रोसेस होगी. डिसीजन लिया जाएगा. डिसीजन लिया जाएगा मीन्स कि क्या एक्शन लिया जाना चाहिए. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि अगर कहीं किसी को शॉक लगा है, राइट? और तो क्या है, हमें वहां से अपना हाथ रिमूव करना होगा. वी विल हैव टू रिमूव आवर हैंड्स फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर स्पेस. और ऐसा तो नहीं है कि जो सिग्नल है वो आ रहा है कि उससे उसके ऊपर लगाए रखो. सो देयर नीड्स टू बी अ डिसीजन मेकिंग. देन रिस्पॉन्स इज जनरेटेड. जो रिस्पॉन्स जनरेट होता है वो कहां से जाता है? मोटर नर्व से होकर मसल तक जाएगा. एंड फ्रॉम द मसल दैट रिस्पॉन्स विल टेक प्लेस. Okay, so this was all about the how the coordination between nervous system and the muscles take place. So now we are going to learn about coordination in plants. तो जो प्लांट्स हैं उनमें दो तरह की मूवमेंट्स होती हैं. द फर्स्ट वन इज इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ ग्रोथ, जो ग्रोथ के इंडिपेंडेंट होती हैं. एंड द सेकेंड वन इज विच आर डिपेंडेंट ऑफ ग्रोथ, डिपेंडेंट ऑन ग्रोथ. These have immediate response to stimulus. ये हम इनके कुछ फीचर्स ही पढ़ने जा रहे हैं. वी आर नॉट गोइंग डीप इनसाइड इट. So let's discuss some of the main features of the plants which are independent of growth. They have immediate response to the stimulus. The second is they use electrical chemical means to convey the information from cell to cell. They use electrical chemical means to convey information from cell to cell. Right? Next, we have those which are dependent on growth. So these movements are tropic movements. By tropic movements, means these are directional movements in response to the stimulus. Tropic movements, that is, they are directional in response to stimulus. So here now we have the tendrils. ये हम जो पढ़ रहे हैं अभी हम the plants which are dependent on growth उन्हीं के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं. So tendrils क्या है? The part of tendril away from the object grows. कि जो टेंड्रिल का पार्ट अवे होगा किसी ऑब्जेक्ट से वो फास्ट ग्रो करेगा. grows rapidly as compared to the part near to the object. Okay, same way में we have phototropism. Next we have is phototropism. Phototropism फोटो से हमें क्या समझ आता है? Photo means light and tropism means movement in the direction. So phototropism is movement of plants towards the direction of light. इसमें आपने ये देखा होगा कि जो सनफ्लावर है उसका जो मेन फ्लावर होता है दैट यूज टू अलाइन इटसेल्फ टुवर्ड्स द सन. राइट? तो वो कौन सी ट्रॉपिज्म शो करता है? फोटोट्रॉपिज्म. नेक्स्ट वी हैव जियोट्रॉपिज्म. फ्रॉम जियो वी मीन्स ग्रेविटी. From geo means gravity. So the movement towards or away from gravity is an example of geotropism. Next we have is chemotropism. तो chemotropism में हमारे पास क्या होता है? Growth of pollen tube towards the ovule. Growth of pollen tube towards the ovule. Or we can say towards the chemical. जब हम chemical chemo's option में from chemo we means chemical, तो chemical की तरफ में जो growth होती है that is chemo's option. This is chemotropism, I guess. So next we have hydrotropism. From hydro we means water. So hydrotropism means growth towards the water or movement of plants towards water. Okay, so this was all about the plants which are dependent on growth. Now we are going to learn about the plant hormones. So the plant hormones are the chemical compounds These are the chemical compounds which help to coordinate growth, development, and response to environment. एंड मेन प्लांट हॉर्मोन्स आर हमारे पास जो मेन प्लांट हॉर्मोन्स है वो कौन कौन से हैं? द वेरी फर्स्ट इज ऑक्सिन. क्या फंक्शन होता है इसका? इट्स फंक्शन इज टू okay, so its function is to help the cells to grow longer. ये हेल्प करता है प्लांट सेल को टू ग्रो लॉन्गर. इट इज इन्वॉल्व इन phototropism. And it is synthesized at shoot tip. It is synthesized at shoot tip, at the tip of the shoot, right? So the next we have, or the second one we have is gibberellin. What we have here is it helps in growth of stem. It helps in growth of stem. These plants hormones are very important from your examination point of view. आपको इनमें से किसी का भी एक function आ सकता है. So you must remember at least one function of each and every plant hormone. Next is cytokinesis. Cytokinase. So what is its function? It promotes the cell division. It promotes the cell division. and it is present in greater concentration in fruits and seeds. ये फ्रूट्स एंड सीड्स में ही क्यों ज्यादा कंसेंट्रेशन में होता है, क्योंकि जो सेल डिवीजन की सबसे ज्यादा रिक्वायरमेंट होती है दैट इज इन फ्रूट्स एंड सीड्स फ्रॉम द रिप्रोडक्शन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, राइट. सो इसमें आपको क्वेश्चन भी आ सकता है विच नेम द हार्मोन विच इज प्रेजेंट इन ग्रेटर कंसेंट्रेशन इन फ्रूट्स एंड सीड्स, or the question can be in the form where is cytokinesis present in greater concentration and why. Okay, so next we have is abscisic acid. Abscisic acid. So abscisic acid है, it inhibits the growth. It inhibits growth. It causes wilting of leaves and is known as stress hormone. ये जो हमारे पास एब्सिसिक एसिड होता है, इट इज प्रेजेंट इन, इट इनहिबिट्स द ग्रोथ. ये ग्रोथ को इनहिबिट करता है एंड जो लीव्स की विल्टिंग, विल्टिंग मींस उनका मुरझा जाना, मुरझा कर गिर जाना, some salt that is not good for plants. And it is also known as stress hormone. A question can be asked, name the stress hormone, or why the acetic acid is called as stress hormone, or which acid, hormone, which plant hormone is called as stress hormone. One more question can be obtained from these topic, that is the plant hormones. So these are very important. So next we have hormones in animals. अब हमने जो अब तक पढ़ा that was hormones in plant. Now we are going to learn about hormones in animals. So let's start. तो सबसे पहले हम इसमें जो करने जा रहे हैं that is about endocrine glands. Endocrine glands. So endocrine glands, these glands secrete their product or their hormones into the blood, into the blood. So इसमें हम क्या पढ़ने वाले हैं, सबसे पहले we have thyroxine. The very first we have is So this hormone is secreted by, thyroxine is the name of hormone. It is secreted by thyroid, which is located in neck, and इसका function क्या है? It regulates the metabolism of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Right. So next we have is growth hormone. Second, we have the endocrine hormone we are studying about, and the second one we are going to learn about is the growth hormone. So ये जो जितने भी हम हार्मोन्स पढ़ रहे हैं ना, इसमें you need to remember two things. The first one कि ये जो हार्मोन है कहाँ से सीक्रेट किया जाता है, and the second thing is इसका फंक्शन क्या है, right? So growth hormone is secreted by pituitary gland, which is also called as master gland. It is also called as master gland. Okay. And this particular gland is located in midbrain. Located in midbrain. And its function is to regulate growth and development. Next hormone we have is adrenaline. It is secreted by adrenal gland. It is secreted by adrenal gland, and it is which is located above the kidneys. It is located above kidneys, and its function is to regulate blood pressure, heartbeat, etc. तो जो हमारे पास एड्रेनालाइन ग्लैंड होता है, that secretes the adrenaline hormone. Here we can also write as hormone. And the main function of adrenaline hormone is to regulate the blood pressure, the BP we call in short form, and the heartbeat. So the very next hormone we have is insulin. Insulin is something related to diabetes. You must have heard of this term already, right? So this hormone is secreted by pancreas, and pancreas is located below the stomach. If you remember, we had already learned about pancreas in the last chapter, the life processes, जिसमें हमने पढ़ा था that pancreas is also responsible for the secretion of pancreatic juice when we were learning about the digestive system, right? So here we are learning that insulin is secreted by pancreas. And insulin का function क्या होता है? Reduces and regulates the blood sugar level. It reduces and regulates the blood sugar level. So next we have is sex hormones. These are basically two in number. The first one is testosterone in male, and the second one is estrogen in females. So testosterone is secreted by testes, and its main function is associated with puberty. You will be learning about these sex hormones in the next particular chapter. Estrogen is released by ovaries. It is secreted by ovaries, and its main function is associated with puberty. Okay, so now we are going to learn about some of the important components, the importance of some of the components. Like the first one we have was importance of iodine. Why iodine is important, right? So here we go, importance of iodine. So we are advised to consume iodized salt, right? And why? Because the mineral is essential. Iodine mineral is essential part of thyroxine hormone, which is secreted by thyroid gland, and therefore we should consume the iodized salt, which is necessary for proper working of thyroid gland. Let's have a look into it. So iodized salt is necessary. Iodized salt or the iodine is necessary because iodine mineral is essential part of thyroxine hormone secreted by thyroid gland. Okay. So its deficiency, अगर इसकी deficiency हो जाए, its deficiency causes a disease called goiter. Where the main symptom is swollen neck. So now we are going to learn about the very last topic, that is about diabetes. So it is a disease in which blood sugar level increases. In which the blood sugar level increases. So the cause of diabetes is, ये जो डायबिटीज का क्वेश्चन है आपको डायरेक्टली 3 मार्क्स में आ सकता है. कैसे हो सकता है? द क्वेश्चन विल बी व्हाट इज डायबिटीज, what are the causes of diabetes, and write something about the treatment of diabetes, how the diabetes can be treated, and the feedback mechanism. Okay, so now we are going to learn about the causes of diabetes. क्यों होता है? Due to deficiency of insulin. एंड अगर हम इसके ट्रीटमेंट की बात करें तो injection of insulin hormones can help in treatment of diabetes. Injection of insulin hormone can help in treatment of diabetes. So the next we have is the feedback mechanism. The excess or deficiency of hormone has a harmful effect on our body, and the feedback mechanism, ये जो हमारे पास feedback mechanism होता है, it makes sure that hormones should be secreted in right quantity and at right time. Okay. For example, the feedback mechanism to control sugar level in blood level is as follow. तो इसमें हम जो है sugar level का mechanism देखेंगे. Okay, so first of all, जो sugar level है, sugar level in the blood rises. अगर वो rise कर जाए, then it is detected by cells of pancreas, which leads to the synthesis of insulin. And the blood sugar level falls. और जब जो ब्लड शुगर लेवल है वो फॉल हो जाता है, इट स्टॉप्स, ये क्या करता है, स्टॉप सिक्रीशन ऑफ इंसुलिन. और जब जो सिक्रीशन ऑफ इंसुलिन स्टॉप हो जाती है, इट मीन्स कि जो फीडबैक हमें सेंड की गई थी वो स्टॉप हो जाती है. क्या है, क्या हुआ इसमें? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द शुगर लेवल जो था, शुगर लेवल इन द ब्लड राइजेस. सबसे पहले जो शुगर लेवल है वो राइज किया. जब वो राइज किया तो किसने डिटेक्ट किया? द सेल्स ऑफ पेनक्रियास. एंड जैसे ही उन्होंने डिटेक्ट किया, दे स्टार्टेड टू सिंथेसाइज द इंसुलिन अंटिल द ब्लड शुगर लेवल फॉल्स. जब तक कि जो ब्लड शुगर लेवल है वो नॉर्मल नहीं हो गया. जब वो ब्लड शुगर लेवल नॉर्मल हो गया, दे स्टॉप द सिक्रेशन ऑफ इंसुलिन एंड इट लीड्स टू द switching of feedback sent. Okay, so my dear learners, this was all about our chapter number 7, control and coordination. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. Let's meet in the next video with a new lecture. Till then, take care. Bye bye.